Why not training is ruining your life. And you probably saw the title and was like, what? Just because I'm not training and I'm not doing exercise, I'm ruining my life. You're missing out on a lot, like a lot. It's not like a thing where it's like, it's gonna completely ruin your life without it, but you're missing out on tons of benefits. Hello, welcome back to the channel. If this is coming back, if you're not coming back, it means this is the first time you're seeing me, in which case, I'm Dave Lifts. Go follow my Instagram, check out my TikTok, see what I do. I'm a bodybuilding, weight loss, weight gain, muscle gain coach. So I coach before I get people shredded, I get people big, etc. I can help with bulks, cuts, all that type of stuff. Done a couple modeling shoots, so I could say I've been a model. So, robbing you of the ability to challenge yourself. And you're hearing this now and you're like, that is so cringe. What the hell is this guy talking about? Challenging yourself. What? Is this like that thing with the like golden stickers and I get a star if I do something? Here's the thing, right? When you challenge yourself and then you can do it, right? So you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do 10 push-ups. Then you manage to do 10 push-ups. What happens? You become more confident. You're like, oh, wait a minute. I can actually do something. I actually did it. Nice. And you feel good. That confidence will not just stay there. Like it's that confidence will carry you when you go to work, when you go to school, when you're in an interview, when you're just out and about in the streets. It will carry you whenever you're at dinner with your family. I don't know. Whenever you're feeling like, oh, I'm a bit nervous, that confidence will carry you. So it's just very beneficial because I know a lot of people feel anxious and it does kind of help to reduce that because it's like, oh, well, I did something that was so unbelievably hard or something I found hard and I was able to do it. Me having dinner with my family isn't that deep kind of thing. Obviously, it's going to vary from person to person. Some of these are going to be more effective for others and whatnot. Like, I'm not going to say that you do 10 push-ups and all of a sudden you never feel anxiety ever again. That's not how it works. But there's a chance that it can help. You perceive yourself as having a higher ability. Again, that helps your confidence. It's just going to make you look at yourself and be like, damn, I'm really quite good. Again, it's just confidence, which makes you feel better in your life. If you have to give up a little bit of your time in your exercise and you get to feel better day to day, it's a really good trade-off. That's when you give up your time, you feel more confident, you feel better throughout the day. You're like, damn, I'm the man. As weird and as cringe as you might see it, I'd rather be looking at myself and be like, damn, I'm that guy, than walk around and being like, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? I'm kind of sad right now. I don't feel good, depressed, etc. It helps you be realistic. That's another thing. People think they can do so much and then they try it and then they get hit with like reality and it sucks. It's like someone will be like, yeah, I can easily do 5 pull-ups and then they try to do 1 pull-up and they miss. I would rather that not happen. So training also helps you be realistic with what's going on, etc. It humbles you. That's one thing where it's just kind of like, if you need to be kept humble, then that's great. But it kind of just teaches you that way of like being more humble. So it's like, even though, let's say you go train for a while and you end up being better than everyone else, you should be able to carry yourself as a better person. But obviously that depends on some people. Some people are going to be like, well, I can do 20 push-ups, so I'm actually the coolest guy in the world. And some people will be like, I can do 20 push-ups, but the guy that's doing 5 isn't any less better than me. Depends on your philosophy. Anyway, training increases testosterone. And if you're a woman watching this, you might be like, what? Why would I want that? It helps you too. Okay, so everyone has testosterone, men and women. Just the men have like way more, which is why we're able to build muscle easier, do a lot of other things. We grow more facial hair and well, grow more hair in general, to be honest. But having testosterone just helps with a lot of things. A lot of internal body. I don't want to go in depth on this because most of you guys are going to look at this and be like, what is he talking about? It's just going to help you repair muscles. You will most likely recover from injuries and stuff quicker, all that type of stuff. You'll be stronger, etc. So that's great. And if you're a woman and you're like, well, I don't want testosterone, you would like a little bit extra. Not like steroid level, but a little bit extra from training. Trust me, you will greatly appreciate it. Obvious health benefits. You get to live longer. And some of you guys are like, why would I want to live longer? Have you seen the economy? And I'd be like, fair point. And now this is me going into some random stuff. What if they figure out a way for us to live hella long? They're already working on it now. They're trying to get us to be immortal. But imagine, and you missed it by like a couple of years because you decided to be a fatty bum bum. Yeah, that would suck. Okay, now for serious stuff, you live longer and then you live healthier. That's the whole thing. So you're not going to be living in as much pain. So if you exercise and whatnot, it's like you have a way better chance of just living and then you kind of die from old age or something like that instead of you getting some type of illness or disease or slowly dying like some hospital bed. I would rather have old age. So it's kind of just like living longer is great. Trust me, I would recommend it. But let's say that's not your style. You can reduce your stress levels, reduce your cortisol levels. So your hormones of stress. Why is this good? If you're someone that suffers from a lot of anxiety and stress, you might have negative effects of that, e.g. hair loss or bad sleep, jitteriness, kind of stuff like that, lack of concentration, stuff like that. Being able to train and put everything in one place and kind of just like, you get really mad, you lift a bunch of weights, you get really stressed, you can lift weights, that might help you. Kind of just helps your quality of life be better. Another thing is your body will release endorphins, which is feeling good hormones when you train. So if you feel depressed, training very likely to help you. Feel like you scared of something, anxiety training is likely to help you. Like training just helps you whenever you're feeling negatively. Better sleep, kind of already mentioned this. Yeah, you will most likely sleep way better, especially if you having like going to the gym or training any type of sport. By the way, this isn't about gym, it's about training in anything. Marathon, the Matrix, I don't really care what you do. Especially if you have a schedule with that to where you sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time every day and stuff like that, that's gonna help you sleep so much. So I had like chronically bad sleep. I think I was sleeping maybe, I had a point where for like 2-3 years, my sleep was like maybe anything between like 4 hours to 5 hours, maybe. And like, I know you might be like, well, I'm an adult and I go to work. Imagine that as a kid. It sucks way worse because I'm still trying to grow. I started training, I had a schedule. I started sleeping about 7-8 hours. Did it completely fix my sleep? Nah. Did it help a little bit and it got me a little bit of extra sleep? Yes. So it can help with sleep. Increased libido, I'm not going into that. You know what that is. If you don't, you can research that. Better discipline, which matters a lot because you might be like, well, I don't really care, like the discipline doesn't matter. You will get work done better. You will get your schoolwork, you will get your revision, you will get the work that you have to do at your job, you will get your laundry, your chores, you will get everything done better if you're better disciplined because you're able to push stuff that you want to do to the side to be able to do the stuff you have to do and then enjoy your time. It is very important to have discipline, especially as an adult. If you're an adult and you're like, yeah, I like discipline, maybe look into doing something to get better discipline, whether that's doing your own, like making a schedule, having a coach to help you, anything like that. Discipline matters if you really want to have time, specific time tailored to enjoying things. Schedule already went. Feeling better. Yeah, how about just like the full fact that you just feel better? I went about this before, but just feeling better in your own skin, feeling better about yourself, going down the street and being like, damn, I look good in this shirt. Damn, like, whoa, you look like you're in the pub, I don't know, you look in the mirror and you're like, whoa, I got a jawline. That's kind of nice. You're training and you get a pump and you're like, damn, I look good today. Like you have that extra confidence in yourself. You actually enjoy being you rather than, I hate how I look right now, I don't like how I look right now. Oh, this person's looking at me, they're probably laughing at me, I don't feel good about it. And if you're like, looking at this, you know, like this guy's just chatting rubbish. I felt like that. Sometimes I still feel like that, where it's kind of just like not confident, working towards something, challenging yourself, developing discipline, working on yourself, building muscle, becoming leaner, feeling like you're better looking and more attractive. All these type of things does help you feel better in your own skin. Being more attractive, I briefly went over that. It helps a lot with social situations, especially because it makes you feel better. You're at work and then someone will be like, oh, hey, you look good today. Kind of nice, kind of nice. I don't need to go into depth on that one. Like anyone that knows, like if you get randomly complimented by someone else and they're attractive as well, I'm in. Okay, here we go. What's the negatives, right? Because I just talked about all the positives. What's the negatives of training on your life? You lose like an hour or two a day, let's say. Not really a day because you don't work out every day. So you lose an hour or two, maybe 4 or 5 times a week, which isn't that deep. You might have to make lifestyle changes. You should want to change your lifestyle. You should want to be better. You should want to grow as a person, as an individual. You might feel tired. That's a good one. You can't go crazy because you might feel tired. If you manage stuff right, you'll have more energy. I'm telling you, if you manage your stuff right, you'll feel more energetic and much better and healthier than if you just don't train at all. That's pretty much it. Yes, if you go into crazy routes and you don't do it right, you can develop body dysmorphia, eating disorders, depression. Like, you know, if you kind of just like jump in and you're not really careful what you're doing, you can develop these types of things. If you're really concerned about developing an eating disorder or dieting completely wrong, injuring yourself, get a coach. As expensive as it is, I would recommend getting a coach. This is coming from someone that's had coaches. I've been coached myself. Why would I get a coach? Basically, they just hold your hand. And if it's like your first 2-3 months in the gym, just get a coach. Some of them, the thing is, you do need to find the right type of coach because a lot of them will chat a lot of rubbish. Like they'll make you do sets and they'll be like, yeah, dude, do 3 sets of 5 of feeling the pump. Very quick thing. If your coach gives you some random meal plan and it gives you like a bunch of options on what to do, and it's like, you can pick any of these options and he hasn't tailored it to like what you're doing, drop him. If your coach signs you up and gives you some generic plan and he hasn't tailored them to you, he hasn't asked you any questions, drop him. Basically, if your coach isn't actually trying to help you as a person, they haven't made anything for you, they haven't tried to like tailor anything of that coaching for you, get rid of them. You might be like, well, how much does a coach even cost? In the UK, usually like an online coach will probably be like $250, $350, in between the $250 to $350 a month range. And that'll be any generic guy that's on like a PT course and he's doing stuff online. You can get a PT in gyms, but that's probably going to be like 50 to 60 pounds a session. Session's going to be like an hour. And those guys have just, again, done a 3-month course. So now they think they know everything. By the way, half the information in those 3 months course are actually outdated. That's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, like, post the notifications, and check out my Instagram and my TikTok. I go live on TikTok all the time. You can just ask me gym questions on there. Comment on my TikTok, like any video ever, and just be like, ask me a gym question, and I'll make a video and I'll respond to it. Always have a Discord. Everything will be in the link tree. I'll see you guys in the next one.